Hello everyone, it's me, it's Mark, and I'm here with you for another live stream class. Yay! Before I do anything, I need to know if you can see me. I need to know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is A-okay. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is how it should be. Okay. Lolly says yes, thank you, Lolly. Sleepwalker says yes, thank you, Sleepwalker. Helga says yes, thank you, Helga. Tomas says yes, thank you, Tomas. Tetsuro says yes, thank you, Tetsuro. Nur says yes, thank you, Nur. Samuel says yes, thank you, Samuel. Miley, does she say, oh yes, Miley says yes, thank you, Miley. Mwah. Okay, it's great to see you all because of course, without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So thank you for being here with me. And yeah, so I really appreciate that, of course. And as you know, we always start our class with a toast. So whatever you're drinking, pick it up. I have right here hot black coffee. And Costa Magna says twice. He said yes twice. Hello, Costa Magna. Thank you for being here with me. Okay, let's have our toast for good luck. And we're going to have two toasts. Our first toast is for the green team, the members of the channel. You see them. Their names are in green. They support me. They support the channel financially. So let's give them a big thank you. Here we go. Cheers. If you don't have a beverage, we can fist bump, bump. Cheers, bump. Cheers. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Oh, it's super hot and super delicious. Our second toast. It's for you because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So let's toast to you. Let's toast to a fun, interesting, informative, and productive lesson today. Cheers, bump. Cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Okay, all right. That was our two toasts. We always do that for good luck. We always start our class with a toast. And now let's talk about today's lesson plan. Here it is on this sheet of paper. We have, well, okay, we're going to change order, whatever. It's going to be a little bit different today. Our first activity is an idiom, but we're doing the members only. Well, we're doing the members worksheet, right? So we have an idiom and we have a worksheet and we have on the worksheet, we have example sentences done by the green team. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to start with our idiom worksheet, and then we have a new activity. Oh, a new activity. This is listening with a twist. Listening with a twist. I will read 3 stories. Well, very short stories. And so the first story I'm going to read. And then the second story, I'm going to change a few things from the first story, right? So it's going to be basically the same story, but there's going to be some changes. And you have to listen carefully and listen for those changes. What things are different in the second story? And then I'm going to read it again. There's going to be a third time, and you're going to guess what else has changed. So we'll have the original story, and then something changed in the second, and then again in the third. So each time it's a twist, it's a change. You have to listen carefully, all right? So listening with a twist. That's the name of the activity. Then after that, we have form a sentence. I will write a pattern on the board. You will write sentences based on the pattern, and there is a worksheet with the pattern, right? Examples and pictures. And then we have video dictation. I have 8 sentences for you, so you will listen and write them down word for word. That is video dictation. And then our last activity is Lolly's Revenge. That is a conversation between 2 people, Joe and Sue. There's a conversation. I will ask you questions about the conversation, then we will read the conversation, and then we will shadow the conversation. That is Lolly's Revenge. Okay, we are busy today, as always, so let's get right into it, shall we? So we're going to start with a worksheet. This is an idiom worksheet. We have example sentences done by the green team. So let's get right to it, shall we? So here is the idiom. The idiom is out of luck. Out of luck. If you know what it means, write it in the chat. If you know what it means, write it in the chat. The idiom is out of luck. That's our first activity. Out of luck. Okay. Do you know what that idiom means? Marcos is here. Hello, Marcos. Daima is here. Hello, Daima. Roberto is here. Hello, Roberto. Hannah is here. Hello, Hannah. Okay, good. Okay, yes. So, out of luck, Helga says unlucky. Yeah, yes. Oh, Sleepwalker also says unlucky. Yeah. So Umesh, unfortunate, right? And that's what I have here, unfortunate. So good job. And the meaning is unfortunate or unlucky, right? Same. Unfortunate. Okay, unfortunate. And we have a worksheet. We have example sentences. Let's look at the worksheet. Let's look at the example sentences, and then you will make your own sentences using out of luck. Out of luck. Okay, and something bad is going to happen, or already happened, right? The person couldn't find their wallet, they're out of luck. So it already happened, for example. So unfortunate. Oh, we don't want to lose our wallet. That's unfortunate. That's unlucky. We're out of luck. Okay. Helga says, or the fortunate turns its back. Yep. Not lucky. Okay. Let's look at the worksheet here. Let me find it. There it is, right there. We got to make it bigger, don't we? We can't see it. Let's make it larger. And of course, all the worksheets you see here are on my Patreon. Support me on Patreon so I can support you here. Support me there so I can support you here. Get all the worksheets we do here, there. All the worksheets we get there are there. Okay, let's make it larger. Here we go. Okay, out of luck, unfortunate. And we have example sentences from the green team. Marion's sentence, if you want to read it today, you're out of luck. It's sold out. If you want to read it today, you're out of luck. It's sold out. Oh no, I wanted to read that magazine, or I wanted to read the newspaper, but it's sold out. I'm out of luck. Lolly, I went to buy a lottery ticket, but the shop was closed. It looks like I am out of luck today. I can't get my lottery ticket. I will not win the lottery. I will not be rich today. I'm out of luck. I went to buy a lottery ticket, but the shop was closed. It looks like I am out of luck today. I'm sad. Tetsuro's sentence. He lost a lot of money at the races and dropped his wallet on his way home. He was completely out of luck on that day. One more time. He lost a lot of money at the races and dropped his wallet on his way home. He was completely out of luck on that day. That is an unfortunate day. Lots of unfortunate things happened to him on that day. Mary's sentence. I wanted to buy a red jacket, but they only had black ones. I was out of luck. I wanted to buy a red jacket, but they only had black ones. I was out of luck. Mirena. Oh, no. Yeah, Mirena. I've seen in history lucky countries run out of luck for crazy choices. Only time will tell. I've seen in history lucky countries run out of luck for crazy choices. Only time will tell. I think I know what she's talking about. Marcos has a sentence. Marcos' sentence. We were out of luck when our car broke down in the middle of nowhere. We were out of luck when our car broke down in the middle of nowhere. That is unfortunate. That is unlucky. They were out of luck. Mark, you're out of luck. We just sold the last one. You are out of luck. We just sold the last one. Oh no, it's not my lucky day. It is not my lucky day. You're out of luck. She's not here. You're out of luck. She's not here. Oh, I'm sad. I wanted to see her. I wanted to talk with her, but she's not here. I'm out of luck. Okay. And of course, in the worksheet, let me explain the worksheet. I'm sure you know. There is a picture. There are example sentences. And under the example sentences, there is places for you to practice using the idiom out of luck. Yeah. Okay. Right down there, you got places to write your sentences. But for right now, here, I want you to write your sentences in the chat. In the chat. Okay, let's see your sentences. Helga says, I was out of luck yesterday. I missed a tram, so I was late. That's too bad. Sleepwalker. By the time I arrived at the train station, the train had already gone. It was a bad day. I was out of luck. Lolly, I was out of luck when I missed the last train home. Henna says, sorry, we are out of stock. You are out of luck. Better luck next time. Miley, it seems that changing your mind often leads to run out of luck markets. Let's see. Well, okay, Miley, it seems that changing your mind often leads to running out of luck. So I'm not sure, what are you talking about, Miley? So where are you? Where is the luck running out? What's the situation? What's the topic? Sleepwalker, we are going to the party, but you got a cold, so, oh, no, sorry, I'm reading words that aren't there. I am reading words that are not there. Why did I do that? Here we go, Sleepwalker. We are going to the party, but you got a cold. You are out of luck. Zara, hello Zara. The plane left today before I arrived at the airport. I'm out of luck. Helga, the only way to be always lucky is to never think that you are ever out of luck. Don't be negative. Don't be pessimistic. Don't think that you are out of luck. Right, Helga? Good advice. And the police caught him speeding. He was out of luck. Nice. And Samuel, it seems I am out of luck about my resettlement to the USA. Don't listen to Helga's advice, Samuel. Just be positive. Don't think negatively. It will happen, Samuel. It will happen. Umesh, out of luck is a kind of unfortunate fate. Yeah, Umesh, good. So Umesh, I didn't win the lottery. I am out of luck. Let's change the order. I didn't win the lottery. I am out of luck. Lolly, we tried to book a table at the restaurant, but we were out of luck. It was fully booked. Very good. We are very busy today, as always, and we got a new activity. So let's go we'll go 3 more minutes, okay? So I have to be careful with the time. So let's go 3 minutes to write your sentences out of luck, okay? And then we are going to do our new activity. It's a listening activity, listening with a twist, okay? So let's start it. Okay, count down 3 minutes to write your sentences. The topic is out of luck. It's an idiom. It means to be unfortunate. It means to be unlucky. We got example sentences here on this worksheet done by the green team. So look at those example sentences and make your own. Remember, we learn by examples, right? And says, the flood reached his house. He was out of luck. Umesh, I didn't win a lottery. I am out of luck. Roberto, the car has broken down at the first day in the new job. Okay. Roberto, we got to fix your sentence a little bit. The car broke down on the first day of my job. I was out of luck. The car broke down on my first day of work. On my first day of work. On my first day of work. The car broke down on my first day of work. I was out of luck. Lolly, she tried to get a refund, but she was out of luck because she lost the receipt. You got to keep the receipt. Don't throw away the receipt. Just in case something breaks, just in case you need to take it back. So always keep the receipt, right, Lolly? Sleepwalker, it is raining all day and I don't have an umbrella. Obviously, I'm out of luck. Tetsuro, my car got stuck in the mud. I was out of luck. Hannah, the client I was supposed to see today has canceled, so I am out of luck. So you don't need been, has been, so you could just say has canceled. The client I was supposed to see today canceled. So you don't need has been. You could get both those words. You don't need both of those. You don't need. The client I was supposed to see today canceled. So I am out of luck. Yeah, that's a little smoother and yeah, I think that's smoother when you just get rid of those two, has been. Good, Umesh. I didn't win a lottery. I'm out of luck. Good, 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 good. You're welcome, Roberto. I'm here for you. Umesh says, India didn't win. They were out of luck. India didn't win. They were out of luck. Okay. That was 3 minutes. So let's go to our next activity, shall we? Okay, make this smaller. Okay, good, good, good. And on my Patreon, you get all the worksheets we do here. Okay, now let's go to our second activity. No. Oh, that was the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So number 1 was our idiom, out of luck. Number 2, it's a listening activity. I call it listening with a twist. I'll go ahead and write that on the board. Number 2, listening with a twist. Okay, here I'm going to read a story, and then I'm going to read it again, but the next time I read it, some things are going to change. Some things are going to change in the story, so please listen. And what changed? What changed in the story? Okay, and so in the chat, write the things that changed. Okay, in the chat, write the things that changed. So the first time is the original story. Okay, so the first time, the first story, you're just listening. The second story, that's when things change. Okay, and then the third story, that's when things change. So I have to pull it up here where I can see it. No, wrong paper. Hold on. There it is. I see it. Okay. Now I'm going to read it. And I want you to listen, and then I'm going to read it again, and things are going to change in the story. Things are going to change in the story. And then you're going to write the things that changed. Okay, here's the first one. So this is the original story, okay? This is the original story. The second time, that's when things change, okay? Here we go. Number 1. So there's 3. So number 1 is the original. Then number 2, things change. Number 3, things change. So this is number 1. This is the original. I will read it 3 times, okay? I will read number 1 3 times. Here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park. Okay, second time. Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park. Okay, one more time. This is number 1. This is number 1. Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park. Okay, now I'm going to read the second story, and things are going to change in the story. What changed? Okay, here we go. Number 2. Here we go. What changed? Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is number 2. What changed? Tom wakes up late every morning. He makes a glass of orange juice and eats pancakes. After breakfast, he reads a book. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the neighborhood. Okay, here I go. Second time. What changed? Tom wakes up late every morning. He makes a glass of orange juice and eats pancakes. After breakfast, he reads a book. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the neighborhood. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically 5 things change. 5 things change. Okay, I'll read it for the third time. 5 things have changed. What are they? Okay. Tom wakes up late every morning. He makes a glass of orange juice and eats pancakes. After breakfast, he reads a book. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the neighborhood. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat now. I couldn't see it. Okay, so 5 things changed. Okay, Sleepwalker has early. Right, so what changed, Sleepwalker? Oh, I see what you did. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so early to late, good. Coffee to orange juice, toast to pancakes, newspaper to book, and in the park to in the neighborhood. Helga wakes up late, has orange juice and pancakes, reads books, and not in the park, but the neighborhood. Good. You guys are great listeners. Okay, Miley, Tom is late. There's a different breakfast. Tom reads a book, and he goes to a different place. Yeah, good, Miley. You guys, great. Zara, he's late, glass of orange juice, eats pancakes, very good. Tomas, he wakes up late, takes the dog in the neighborhood instead of the park. Great. Lolly wakes up late. Yeah. And he woke at a different time. He ate different food. He read different material. He walked his dog in a different place. Yeah, good. Lolly, a glass of orange juice, pancakes, neighborhood. Yep. Okay. That was fantastic. Zara, yeah, read a book. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first 2, and then there's going to be number 3 too, okay? So let me just, for now, let me show you what has happened so far. There it is. I have to be careful not to show you the... Okay, I gotta be careful. I don't want to... Okay, so this is the original story, right? So the original number 1, Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park, right? And then things change. And here we go. So Tom wakes up late every morning, right? That changes. He makes a glass of orange juice. That changes. And eats pancakes. That changes. After breakfast, he reads a book. That changes. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the neighborhood. That changes. So great job. Yeah. Okay, we got one more. Okay, so let's do it again. And different things. So there's more changes, more changes. So listen to the changes. So remember the first, right? This is the, number one is our base story, right? Number one is our original story. So what changes from the original, right? So this is our original, number one. Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park. So that's our original story. That's the base story. And then what changes from our first story, right? Okay, here we go. So we got one more, number 3. So what changes? Okay, here we go. Tom wakes up early every weekday. He makes a pot of coffee and eats oatmeal. After breakfast, he takes a shower. Then he takes his dog to work. Okay, I'll read it again. So I'm going to read it 3 times. This is the second time. Tom wakes up early every weekday. He makes a pot of coffee and eats oatmeal. After breakfast, he takes a shower. Then he takes his dog to work. Okay, third time, last time. What changes from the first story? Tom wakes up early every weekday. He makes a pot of coffee and eats oatmeal. After breakfast, he takes a shower. Then he takes his dog to work. What changed? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. Right, so what changed from the first story, right? What changed? Okay, good. Okay, sleepwalker. Uh-huh. Yep, good. And oatmeal, shower, dog, Zara every week. So what changed? Tetsuro every weekday. Pot of coffee, oatmeal, take a shower, takes a dog to work. Good, Tetsuro, very good. Lolly every day, pot of coffee, eats oatmeal, takes a shower, and takes his dog to work. Yeah, very good. Hansen, hello Hansen, how are you? Samuel, Tom wakes up at 8, he eats breakfast, cornflakes with a cup of milk, and takes his dog to the beach for a walk. Samuel, I decide the story, not you. I make the story, not you. Samuel made his own story. That's good, Samuel. Hey, we're here to practice English, right, Samuel? So that's okay, that's fine. We're here practicing our English, and that's what you're doing, Samuel. Okay, good. Let's have a look at the third story. Here we go. This is number, so here you can see 1, 2, 3, right? So number 3, Tom wakes up Tom wakes up early every weekday. So morning changes to weekday. He makes a pot of coffee, right? So a cup of coffee changes to a pot of coffee, and eats oatmeal. And toast and jam changes to oatmeal. After breakfast, he takes a shower. So reads the newspaper, changes to takes a shower. Then he takes his dog to work. So take his dog for a walk, changes, take his dog to work. So that changes. Yeah, Helga. Samuel had the 4th variant. That's right. So let's read it again together. Let's read all 3 together, okay? Here we go. Number 1, let's read it together. Tom wakes up early every morning. He makes a cup of coffee and eats toast with jam. After breakfast, he reads the newspaper. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the park. Okay, the second one, things change. Tom wakes up late every morning. He makes a glass of orange juice and eats pancakes. After breakfast, he reads a book. Then he takes his dog for a walk in the neighborhood. Then number 3, things change again. Tom wakes up early every weekday. He makes a pot of coffee and eats oatmeal. After breakfast, he takes a shower. Then he takes his dog to work. Okay, good. Yeah, a pot, not a cup, but a pot. Yeah. So usually maybe the coffee maker, it makes a pot, and then you pour the coffee into a cup. Oh, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. But first you make the pot, right? You make the pot of coffee. Then when the coffee is finished, then you pour coffee from the pot into the cup. So you pour coffee from the pot into the cup, and you have a cup of coffee. So Tom made a pot of coffee. Okay, and so maybe, he made a pot of coffee, and so maybe he has a thermos, right? A tumbler. So this is what I do. I make, in the morning, I make a cup of coffee and a thermos of coffee, a tumbler of coffee. And so, so I have my cup in the morning with breakfast, and then I bring my tumbler here to my office where I drink it throughout the day, little by little. I sip it little by little throughout the day, and then I made a new pot here for my live stream right now. So this is fresh coffee made just before class started today. Okay, Helga, did you like it? Okay, good. So we can do this again if you want to. We can do it again. If you like it, we can do it again. I think it's a good activity for this type of situation, right? So for a live stream class, right? Where I can't see you, I can't hear you, you could only see me, you could only hear me. So I think this is a good activity for this situation. Okay, Lolly says yes for sure, so she enjoyed it. So we'll do it again. And yeah, so there are things that, because we're live stream, and like I said, I can't see you, I can't hear you. So there are limitations, right? I can't do everything if we were face-to-face, right? So we're not face-to-face. So because of not being face-to-face, this is a good activity, right? You have to listen, and listening for specific information, right? There's different types of listening. There's like a general listening, like what we do. Lolly's Revenge, Joe and Sue, that's a general listening, right? So you're listening to the conversation, and then I ask you questions about the conversation, right? So that's general listening. But this is specific listening, right? You have to listen for certain words. You have to listen for things that are different, right? And so it's a different type of listening. It's a more focused listening. This is a focused listening. Lolly's Revenge is a general listening, listening for understanding. This is listening for information. So it's good to practice both, right? General listening and specific listening, listening for target information. Okay, good job. Let's go to our next activity. Let's put this away. Let me put this away. Okay, good job. You guys did great, of course. You guys always do great. All the activities, you're always doing fine. No problems. Good job. Okay. Our next activity is form a sentence. Number 3, form a sentence. Okay, and here is our pattern. Okay, and the pattern is, can you, for a minute, can you, for a minute, sorry. This means like you're asking for a quick request, like a request, you're asking for a request for a short amount of time, right? You're asking someone for a favor, you're asking someone for help for just a short time, and it could be something general or something small, right? Hey, can you come here for a minute? Like, I'm not asking much from you. I'm not asking you to do something major. I'm asking you to do something just simple, a simple request, a simple favor for a short time, right? So it's very useful. We use this very often, for a minute. And of course, it's not exactly, okay, 1 minute and that's it, right? No. It's general. It means a short time and something that is easy to do, something that is not going to trouble you too much. Can you just do this for, just for a minute, right? Okay, so let's look at a worksheet, and we have example sentences with pictures, and then of course you will make your own sentences. Yeah, exactly, Lolly. Yeah, you guys understand. So let's look at examples, and then of course write your sentences. Okay, there it is right there. Patreon for worksheets. There we go. Okay, so our pattern, can you for a minute. This pattern is used to make a polite request for a short period of time. The action being requested is usually simple or quick. Simple or quick. This pattern is used to make a polite request for a short period of time. The action being requested is usually simple or quick. So here are examples. Let me make it a little bit larger. Oh, it's too big. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. So example number one. Can you check this report for a minute? Can you check this report for a minute? Right? Just have a look over real quick. Let me get, I want someone else to see it because maybe I made a mistake. Can you just have a look for a minute? Number two, can you explain this math problem for a minute? Can you explain this math problem for a minute? So I need some review. I need some help with this math problem. You know how to do it, so I'm asking you. Okay, our next example. Can you show me how to use this app for a minute? Can you show me how to use this app for a minute? Okay, so I'm not sure how to use it, and you know how to use it, and so I'm asking you to just show me how to use it. It won't take you very long. It'll take you a short time to explain it to me. Our next example, can you hold this bag for a minute? Can you hold this bag for a minute? I need to get something. I need to check something. So can you hold this bag for a minute? Just a short time. I have to look at my phone, for example. Okay, we got 2 more examples. Our next one, can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? So I have a question for you. It won't take long. It'll take a brief time, just a quick time to ask you a question. And our last example, can you wait here for a minute? Can you wait here for a minute? So I need to go in and get something, or I forgot something inside. Can you wait here for a minute? So please wait here. Let me go get my keys and I'll be out in a second. I'll be out here in a minute. Can you just wait here for a minute, please? Okay, good, good, good. Those are examples. Now you know what to do. I want to see your sentences. Yes, here is the pattern. I want you to write your sentences in the chat. Okay, you got sentences in the chat. I see them. Lolly, can you listen to me for a minute? Can you listen to me for a minute? Shams, can you stay for a minute? Can you stay for a minute? Samuel, can you look at me for a minute? Can you look at me for a minute? Lolly, can you stop making noise for a minute? Can you stop making noise for a minute? Zara, can you wait for a minute? Can you wait for a minute? Helga, Sleepwalker, can you join us for a minute? Can you join us for a minute? Marcos, can you hold the door for a minute? Can you hold the door for a minute? Sleepwalker, can you watch it for a minute? Can you watch it for a minute? Zara, can you stop talking for a minute? Can you stop talking for a minute? Umesh, can you dance with me for a minute? Can you dance with me for a minute? Miley, can you wait for a minute? I'm going to buy cigarettes. Miley, you don't smoke, do you? Oh, it's an excuse. Just get out. I see. That is Miley's, that's her exit plan. That's her get out of that place plan. Runaway plan. I don't think she smokes. But maybe, I don't know, a lot of Italians like smoking, right? Don't Italians like smoking? That's what I heard. I don't know. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's a long time ago. Maybe today it's changed. But I heard that Italians like their cigarettes. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. Right? I've heard like and the French too. The French, do you like your cigarettes? I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the French and the Italians like their cigarettes. Okay. We got Helga. Helga says, can you look after my dog for a minute? Sleepwalker, can you excuse me for a minute? That's good. Umesh, can you hold your breath for 9 minutes? No, I can't. That's too long. Lolly, can you look at this report for a minute? Tetsuro, can you find out the book I'm looking for a minute? Tomas, can you stop talking for a minute? Shams, can you open the door for a minute? Roberto, can you hear me can you hear me for a minute? It's better to say, can I talk for a minute? Can I talk, or can I talk to you for a minute? That's best, Roberto. Because That's what the person's going to do. The person's going to listen. So don't say, listen to me. Say, can we talk? Can I talk to you for a minute? Can I talk to you for a minute? That is a better way to say it. Helga, can we think about solving this problem for a minute? Sleepwalker, can you walk with me for a minute? Nice. Lolly, can you lend me your pencil for a minute? Good. Miley, can you hold the class for me for a minute? And that's how he disappeared. Never to be back again, never to come back again. And can you watch the baby for a minute? Tetsuro, can you guide me around Los Angeles for a minute? I think it's going to take longer than a minute, Tetsuro. Guide you around is not a short process. No, not LA. LA is very spread apart. You need a car in Los Angeles. Walking doesn't do it. Nobody walks in LA. Nobody walks in LA. Okay, very good, everyone. Can we have silence for a minute? Good one. I like it. I like it. I like it. Can we have silence for a minute? Marcos, would you lend me your laptop for a minute? Sorry. I don't lend my laptop to anybody. Nobody touches my laptop. Tetsuro, can you clean out the bedroom closet for a minute? Shams, can you watch the movie for a minute? A minute movie. A minute movie. Umesh, can you teach me English for a minute? I can teach you 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You can reserve Zoom time with me for 20 minutes. It's in the descriptions below. If you want to Zoom with me for 20 minutes, if you want to chat with me in English face to face, I can hear you, I can see you. You can do it. We can reserve a time. Go to the descriptions below the video. You can see how to contact me, and we can Zoom, make an appointment. We can Zoom, we could do a 20-minute chat. If you want to do that, I'm available for you. Okay, good, good. I'm looking at the clock. You guys, great job. Can you for a minute? It's a great expression, everyone. Great expression. So please use it. Okay, good, good, good. Let's go to our next activity, shall we? Hold on, let me put this away. And of course, all the worksheets are on my Patreon. Go there, support me there so I can support you here. Support me there so I can support you here. Okay, okay, okie dokie. Okay, our next activity is video dictation. You need a pencil and you need paper. And there are 8 sentences. You need to listen and write them down word for word. Yeah, so more listening practice. Okay, so number 4, video dictation. And our topic is every time, every time. Every time. And we got 5 steps. Step 1 is dictation. Step 2 is shadowing. Step 3 is check the sentences. Step 4 is a quiz. And step 5 is review. Okay, lots of Lots of practice there. Lots of steps there. We got 8 sentences. And step 1 is dictation. I will read each sentence 2 times. That's 8 sentences. I will read each sentence 2 times. You will listen and write them down word for word. Listening and writing. Listening and writing. Then step 2 is shadowing. That is listening and speaking. Listening and speaking. Then you will check your sentences. Did you get them right? So step 1, step 2, you will not see the sentences, only listening, writing, listening and speaking. But step 3, you will see the sentences. You will check to see how you did. Did you get it right? Then we'll have a quiz. So the quiz is, did you remember, right? So step 3, did you get the sentence correct? Step 4, do you remember the sentence? And then we will review all 8. The quiz, there's 4. So we're gonna, there are 8 sentences, but the quiz, we're only going to check 4 of the 8. But the last step, we will look at all 8 sentences in a row, right? So here we're gonna kind of stop, right? Go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. But our review, we're just gonna play the video right through all 8, and we're gonna see them and say them together, okay? So that is video dictation. You need a pencil and you need paper. Yes, Lolly, it is video dictation. Okay. And during the first 2 steps, I will not be able to see the chat because I will be reading the sentences. Okay, good. Lolly has her pencil and paper ready, right? So this is listening and writing. Okay, so let me... Oh, first let's look at the how we use every time. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, right, so our topic is every time. The phrase every time means whenever something happens, another action results. Like another action will happen. So one action is followed by another action. One action is followed by another action. Every time I wake up late, the boss gets angry. Or every time I'm late to work, every time I'm late to work, the boss is angry, right? So the first action, you're late. And then the second action followed is the boss getting angry, right? You are late to work. And then the boss is angry. Every time I'm late to work, the boss is angry, right? So one action is followed by another action. Okay, so that's how we use every time. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up the sentences. I see them, but you can't see them. You're listening and writing. It's your challenge. It's your practice. Okay, I got the sentences. Now let's roll the video. I will read each sentence 2 times. You'll listen and write. Okay, here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Dictation time. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Two, every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Four. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Five. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Number 8. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Okay, that was dictation. I said each sentence 2 times. You are listening and writing. Okay, now we're going to say the sentences. Now you will see the picture, but not the sentence. So we will look at the picture and then say the sentence 3 times together at the same time. Okay? This is speaking practice, listening and speaking. Step 1, listening and writing. Shadowing, listening and speaking. Okay, so let's shadow the sentences. Let's say the sentences together at the same time. Okay, number 1 is, ready? Here we go. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I take a long flight, I take a book. I bring a book. I bring a book. Bring. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. I can't look. Okay, good. All right, so that was shadowing. We said the sentences. Okay, good. Now it's time to check the sentences. Okay, let's have a look at the sentences. Now I will be able to see the chat. I don't need the sentences, or I don't need my paper. Okay, good. So there we go. Let's have a look at the sentences. Did you get them right? Let's have a look. How did you do? How did you do? Okay, every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Some people have this problem. I do not have this problem. I can sleep. I can drink coffee at night. Right now I'm drinking coffee. It is 6:15 here in Japan. It's 6 p.m. I'm drinking coffee. That's not a problem for me. But for a lot of people, coffee keeps them up. They can't sleep if they have coffee at night. But it's not a problem for me. Okay, so our second sentence, every time I have a meeting, I take notes, right? So it's very important to take notes during the meeting so you can remember, right? So if you're at a meeting and there's important information during the meeting, take notes so you do not forget. So you remember, right? We take notes so we remember. So if you don't take notes and if you forget, maybe the manager, maybe the boss, maybe your coworkers will be angry. We said that in the meeting. Why did you forget? Oh, sorry, I didn't take notes. So take notes during a meeting. All right, Helga. So we got 2 sentences, and Helga, she got both of them correct. Very good. Is that a zebra? Okay. Sleepwalker's got a couple of flowers. She got those 2 right. Okay. Number 3, every time my phone rings, I get nervous. So maybe, you know, you get like robocalls, you get strange people calling you, so you never know. I guess most phones now, if someone you know, if they call you, you could see who's calling. But if that is the first time, or your phone doesn't recognize that number, right? Like unknown number, maybe you get nervous, right? Like, who's calling me? Why is someone calling me? I don't know this person. They're not on my list. They're not in my directory, right? I don't know who this person is. So you can get nervous, right? Like, is it salespeople? Is it bad people? Is it a scam, right? So I don't know who's calling, so some people get nervous. Good, Helga. Good, Sleepwalker. Okay, here is 4. Okay, number 4, every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. So exercise works this way, right? Where the more you exercise, the more energy you get. So it's, if you think about it, it's kind of a little strange maybe. Like when you're exercising, you're putting out energy, but at the same time, you're receiving energy, right? So, and same with me here with you, right? So I'm putting out energy, right? I'm talking to the camera, I'm writing on the board, I'm thinking and talking, and I'm reading your chat, but I get energy from that, right? And so it's kind of strange if you think about it, right? I should just like, be super tired, but no, I get energy from this, right? The feedback you give me, the sentences you write in the chat gives me energy. And so that is like exercise, right? When you exercise, you're putting out energy, but you're getting energy also. Your body is being stimulated. You are feeling better, and our body is meant to move, right? Our body, the purpose of our body is to move, right? If you don't move, you're not using your body correctly. So our body is meant to move. So the more you move, the more your body enjoys that, the more your body likes it. So do your body a favor and move. Okay. Whoops. Sleepwalker says, if I jog in the morning and then take a shower after that, I feel sleepy. Maybe you don't have a good breakfast. Maybe you need a better breakfast. Okay, here we go. Number 5. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. So there you go. Just like the meeting, right? If you're at a meeting, take notes so you don't forget. If you're learning a language and there's a new word you want to remember, write it down. That's going to help you remember. Like I always say, it's easy to forget. It's difficult to remember. And so it's very important to remember. And if writing it down helps you remember, do it, right? And I believe it does, because you have like your pencil in your hand and you got the paper and you're writing the word. You're using your eyes, you're using your hands, you're using your mind. So all these things are making connections, right? Paper, pencil on paper, that's a connection. Eyes on paper, that's a connection. And so you're using all these connections. So that's going to help you remember. All right, good, Helga, good, Sleepwalker. Lots of correct sentences. Okay, number 6, every time I take a long flight, I bring a book, right? So you got time on the airplane, it's boring, nothing's happening, you're just sitting there, right? And so read a book, right? Otherwise, you're wasting time. so in an airplane, you're just sitting, you're just waiting until you get to your destination. You're just waiting to land. So bring a book, entertain yourself, learn something, right? Bring a interesting book, or bring a scientific book, or bring a English book, you know. So sitting there, and you can help your just, it's good for your reading, right? It's good for your brain. Oh, Roberto. That's okay. And just remember, like, one action relates or follows another action, right? So the action, take a long flight, and then bring a book. Take, bring, right? So one action, take a long flight, follows another action, bring a book. Okay, number 7, every time I see my best friend, we have a laugh. Every time I see my best friend, we have a laugh, right? So you guys get along together. These two get along very well. They enjoy each other, and they always laugh because they enjoy each other. They have fun together. They say funny things. They do funny things. They laugh together. And so laughter is really good too for your health, right? Smiling is great. When we smile, we feel happy. Laughing is the same thing, but it's even stronger than smiling, right? Smiling is great. Smiling equals happiness, right? But laughing is even more, it's even stronger, right? When you're laughing, you're even happier. So laughing is the best way to stay happy, right? Smiling, of course, is very important. You smile and you feel happy. And then when you're laughing, you feel happier. Okay, one more here. Uh-oh. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Everybody's feeling scared. It's a horror movie. Everyone, that's the purpose of a horror movie. They are made to scare people, right? That is the function of a horror movie. The purpose of a horror movie is to scare you, right? The director, the writer of the movie, they want to scare you. They want to make you feel scared. So they make a horror movie. And so everyone is scared. So it's a good horror movie, right? If you're scared, that means it's a good horror movie. So every time I watch a horror movie, right? So that's the first action, I feel scared. And so that leads to the next action. The result is you feel scared, right? So every time, one action leads to another action. One action results into another action. Every time, every time. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so that was check sentences. So we looked at the sentences. You saw the sentences. You saw if you made a mistake or you got it right. Okay, let's check it off. Okay, now it's time for the quiz. So now you'll see 4 sentences, and you'll see the picture, and then from the picture, write the sentence in the chat. Right? So the purpose of the quiz is to see if you remembered the sentence. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole idea of us being here, and practicing together so we remember. We want to remember. So the quiz is going to check to see if you remembered the sentence. Okay, here we go. Write the sentence in the chat. There's the picture. Do you remember the sentence? Write the sentence in the chat. There's the picture. Write the sentence in the chat. Okay, Sleepwalker's on the board. Miley. Tetsuro. Lolly. Okay, great. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Samuel, good. Shams. Okay, there we go. All right, Tomas, good. Roberto, good. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. That's the sentence. Good job. Okay, let's go to number 2. Our second one, we got 4. So now we got 4 sentences. 1 is done. Here is the next one. Do you remember the sentence? Okay, there we go. There's the picture. Write the sentence. There's the picture. Write the sentence in the chat. Do you remember the sentence? Do you remember what was written? Okay, Sleepwalker. There is Helga. Lolly. Miley. Tetsuro. Samuel. Tomas. Shams. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Here we go. How did you do? Yep, fine, fine, fine. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. That is very good. Don't forget to take notes in the meeting. Myrna, hello Myrna. Okay, here we go. So 2 are done. We got 2 more. There is the next one. There's the picture. Write the sentence in the chat. Do you remember the sentence? Write it in the chat. Write the sentence in the chat. There's Sleepwalker. There's Miley. There's Helga. There is Samuel. There is Tetsuro. There is Myrna. There is Lolly. Okay, let's see how you did. Here's the sentence. Okay, Zara, Tomas. Here we go. There it is. There's the sentence. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. We write it down so we don't forget, right? Just like the meeting, take notes so you remember what was said in the meeting. You remember the important information. Here, writing the words, that's the important information. That's what we want to remember, because you want to be able to use it, right? If you remember the words, then you can use the words later in a conversation. Yeah, Tomas, vocabulary. Yeah. So a word is vocabulary, right? Words are vocabulary, exactly. Now, there are special words. Okay, so it's all vocabulary, but we have like nouns and verbs and prepositions and adjectives and adverbs, right? Those are all words, or those are all vocabulary, right? So we have kinds of words. We have nouns, we have pronouns, we have conjunctions, we have adverbs, we have adjectives. So those words, and then all of them equal vocabulary. Okay, we got one more. Okay, there's the picture. Write the sentence in the chat. Good, Shams. Okay, sleepwalker is on the board. I see sleepwalker. I see Miley. I see Myrna. I see Helga. I see Lolly. I see Tetsuro. I see Samuel. Okay, let's have a look. Here we go. Tomas, Zara. Okay, good. Here we go. Yep. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. So one action leads to another action. The first action is watching the movie, and the second action is feeling scared. Oh no. Okay, good, good, good. That was that was the quiz. Yeah, that was the quiz. So let's check it off because you did it. Okay, now we're going to review all of the vocabulary, the sentences. We're going to say the sentences together. We're going to follow the video. We're not going to stop. We're going to say them, each sentence in a row. Okay, here we go. Let's review. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're going to say them together here. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Okay, let's do it one more time. Some of these were a little long. So let's just do it one more time. Here we go. Last time, let's review. Every time I drink coffee at night, I can't sleep. Every time I have a meeting, I take notes. Every time my phone rings, I get nervous. Every time I exercise, I feel more energetic. Every time I learn a new word, I write it down. Every time I take a long flight, I bring a book. Every time I see my best friend, we laugh a lot. Every time I watch a horror movie, I feel scared. Okay, good. All right, nice. That was our video dictation. Yes, it was. Good job, everyone. We talked about the expression every time and how it is followed, one action is followed by another action, right? Every time I see a horror movie, I feel scared, right? So watching the horror movie results in feeling scared. So the first action results in another action. Okay, good job. That was video dictation. Hideo, hello Hideo. Welcome. Okay, our next activity is Lolly's Revenge. We got Lolly's Revenge right now. More practice for you. Number 5. Lolly's Revenge. Okay, so Lolly's Revenge is a conversation between two people, Joe and Sue, and there are 4 steps. Step 1 is the conversation. I will read the conversation 3 times. You will listen carefully because step 2 is questions. Okay, so I will ask you 4 questions and you will answer those questions. And then step 3, we will read. Then we will read the conversation. You will see the sentences and you might learn more about the conversation by reading it. And then we're going to shadow. Then we will be the conversation. We will be Joe. We will be Sue. We will be the conversation. We will say the sentences. We will shadow the sentences together. That is shadowing. 4 steps for your success. And this is Lolly's Revenge. We have Joe. This is Joe. Say hello to Joe. Hello, Joe. This is Sue. Say hello to Sue. Hello, Sue. Okay, I will read the conversation 3 times. I will not see the chat because I will be reading the conversation. So I'm going to pull up the conversation right now. I can't see the chat. I am very sorry. I'm very sorry. I cannot see the chat. Here we go. Are you ready? Lolly's Revenge. This is the conversation. Joe is first. Here's Joe. Here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Joe is first. Watch out. There is a pedestrian. I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long. Please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, here we go. Second time. Joe's first. Watch out. There is a pedestrian. I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long, please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, here we go. One more time, and then I got questions. Okay, here we go. Joe's first. Watch out, there is a pedestrian. I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long, please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, that was the conversation. I read it 3 times. Now we have questions. Okay, here we go. Question time. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Question number 1. Why did Joe say, watch out? Why did Joe say, watch out? Why did Joe say, watch out? I'll put the question here on the board so you can see it. There it is. Why did Joe say, watch out? A little bit, Miley. A little bit. Good, Sleepwalker. Good, Miley. Hideo. Good, Helga. Yes, Tetsuro. Yes, Lolly. Good. Yes, Tomas. Very good, everybody. Samuel, yes. Yeah, so very good. So Joe is not driving, right? And Sue's driving, and Joe doesn't think that Sue's going to stop. There's pedestrian, meaning a person walking on the road. So you have a vehicles, buses, cars, motorcycles, scooters, bicycles. So those are vehicles. And then pedestrians are people walking. So pedestrians do not have a vehicle, right? Drivers have a car. So drivers have vehicles, buses, cars, motorcycles, bicycles, and so forth. Skateboards, right? But pedestrian, they have nothing. They're just walking. So it's dangerous for pedestrians because there's no protection for them, right? You have a car, you're protected. You're inside a car, you have a seatbelt. You have protection. But a pedestrian, there's no protection for them. They're just walking just like this. And if you hit a pedestrian, they will get hurt. Yeah, Shams, good. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Question number 2 is, what is Sue's reply to Joe? What is Sue's reply to Joe? What is Sue's reply to Joe? I'll put it on the board here. What is Sue's reply to Joe? So what does Sue say to Joe after Joe says, watch out? Good, Miley. Yeah, good, Lolly. Very good. Yes. So Lolly says, her reply to Joe is, I see him. Sleepwalker, Sue said, that she is a good driver, Joe needs to relax. Yeah, Tomas, she says, I see him. Helga, she replied to him not to be a backseat driver. Yeah, Tessero, she replied, don't be a backseat driver. Samuel replied, I saw him, don't worry. Marcos, Sue replied, she saw the pedestrian. Miley, Sue replies that she is a good driver and not to be a backseat driver. Yeah, so do you know, what is a backseat driver? What is a backseat driver? That's a bonus question. Bonus question. What is a backseat driver? Yeah, Zara. Sue says, I see him. Bonus question. What is a backseat driver? Yeah, so good, Sleepwalker. So a backseat driver is a person who comments on how the person should drive, right? Backseat driver is telling the driver how to drive. So a backseat driver is someone telling the driver how to drive. Yeah, so a backseat driver is someone telling the driver how to drive. Yes, Helga. Yeah, Miley. Passenger criticizing the driver. Exactly. Good, good, good. Okay, no problem. Everyone knows what a backseat driver is. Okay. Here we go. Question number 3. Number 3. Okay, now this is like, you have to use your imagination, okay? This question is not in the conversation. You have to interpret it, right? So you know the situation. Sue's driving. Joe feels nervous, okay? So that's the situation, right? So question number 3, besides Sue's driving, why is Joe nervous? Besides, right? In addition. Besides Sue's driving, why is Joe nervous? Right? So Sue's driving is making Joe nervous. What else is making Joe nervous? Now, this is your interpretation. This is your idea, okay? Your idea, your interpretation of the story, your feeling of the story, okay? So I'm going to put it on the board. So, besides, so that means in addition. So besides Sue's driving, why is Joe nervous? Right? So there's something else maybe that's making him feel nervous. Okay, here we go. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, okay. Helga says he's afraid they are late. Okay, so he's worried that they're late. So he's nervous, he's worried. Good, Helga. Sleepwalker, they are going to visit Sue's parents. Joe is always nervous before those meetings. Very good. Lolly, because he gets nervous when other people drive. Right, right. So in addition, Lolly, so besides, so there's another reason. Tomas. Oh, no, sorry, Helga. They drive to the IRS before closing time. Joe pulled until the last second. Yes, taxes, right? So we have April. Next month is tax time. So I hate it. So right now I'm doing my taxes, and I live in Japan, so I have to send them to America. So for me, it's more difficult living in Japan and doing my taxes. I don't have to pay taxes in America, but I have to fill out tax forms. So I don't have to pay, but I still have to register what I'm making in Japan. So I have to tell the IRS, I have to tell American taxes how much money I make in Japan. So I have to do double. I have to do Japanese taxes and I have to do American taxes. So that's my dilemma, that's my headache, that's my stress every year. Okay, Tomas, Joe always is nervous if other people, okay, so besides meaning another reason, right? So one reason Joe's nervous is because Sue's driving. What's the other reason? Besides the first reason, what's another? So it's like what we did every time. So every time Sue drives, Joe feels nervous. Okay, but there's a besides that. So actually there's more than we can, sorry. So if we use every time, right? So every time Sue drives, Joe feels nervous. But there's another reason after that. There's a special reason. What is that? Your imagination, your interpretation, your idea. Marcos, he's nervous because he's late for work. Miley, Joe's nervous because he can't drive. He dislocated his foot. Nice, Miley. Zara, because Sue doesn't, okay, because Sue isn't a good driver, is not a good driver. Okay, Zara, is not. Shams, because he gets nervous when he sees other drivers. Lolly, because he had a car crash years ago and he is traumatized. So, good, Lolly. So not only Sue, but he gets nervous. It doesn't matter who's driving. He's always nervous when there's another driver. Tetsuo, because Joe really wanted to go to the toilet. He had to go to the bathroom. That made him even more. So Helga, okay, taxes. So Helga's question, are taxes to offset US and Japan? There's a tax treaty. So I'm an American living in Japan. So I work in Japan, I live in Japan, so I pay taxes in Japan. So there's a treaty with Japan and America. If I pay taxes in Japan, I don't have to pay American taxes. And for example, Japanese working in America, they pay US taxes, but they don't have to pay Japanese taxes. I'm American. I work and live in Japan, I pay taxes here, but I don't have to pay taxes in America. But I have to tell America how much I pay in Japan. So I have to tell them how much I make and how much I pay. So I don't have to pay US taxes, but I still have to do paperwork. Yeah. So we don't have to be taxed twice, but still, it's pain. I have to pay money to have a tax person do it and have to pay to ship the taxes over. I use FedEx because I don't want to risk it, right? I can't send it just in normal mail. Normal mail, it could get lost, it could be late. So I have to pay money to FedEx to make sure they arrive, you know, in Texas. That's where the IRS office is, Austin, Texas. So I pay FedEx to have them delivered from Japan to Texas. So it's guaranteed, right? So I have to pay it's like $80 just to ship the taxes over there. So I still pay, but anyways. Okay, question number 4. Okay, so question number 4, it's for you, another one. It's your idea, it's your imagination, it's your interpretation. Or not interpretation, it's for you. It's about you. It's not about Joe, it's not about Sue. It's about you, it's for you, okay? Question number 4, how do you feel when other people drive you to places? How do you feel when other people drive you to places? How do you feel when other people drive you to places? How do you feel? We know how Joe's nervous, right? How about you? So question number 4, how do you feel when other people drive you to places? I agree. Here, Miley says paying taxes isn't bad if you then get services like healthcare and at a good price. So in Japan, I get that. In Japan, but everything's taxes are going up. It's getting more expensive. So here in Japan, we do have good services like healthcare, but it's getting more and more expensive. So I pay every month for that, right? And it's getting, every year, prices going up. Taxes are going up here in Japan. Okay, so how do you feel when other people drive you to places? Okay, here we go. I like these questions because everyone's different, and it's interesting for me to hear your answers. Helga says, I like it. She likes it. Lolly says, like Joe, I get nervous when other people drive. I'd rather drive myself. Me too, Lolly. Me too. That's how I feel. I want to be control. I want to be in control, or the back seat. I don't like being in the passenger seat. I don't like being in front when I am not driving. Sleepwalker. Sometimes I watch the road too. Sometimes I am just relaxed. Miley. I am a backseat driver and I move my legs to accelerate and brake. You simulate the conditions, right? You simulate the conditions. A red light, you're putting your foot down. Green light, you're putting your foot on the other side. Hannah feels relaxed when other people are driving. Tomas says, I feel well when other people drive me. Of course, I push the pedal and then brake too. Yeah, that's the worst. When people touch the steering wheel, ugh, I've done, yeah. No, you try to take it away from you take it away from the driver, right? Tetsuo, if the driver drives roughly, I feel scared. It depends on the situation. Marco says, it depends on the way the other people drive. When they drive fast, I get nervous. Samuel, I recognize who is a good or bad driver, but I usually, and but I am usually not scared. But I am usually not scared. Okay, good job. Okay, nice. So that was our questions and answers right here. Good job. I always like to hear your answers, your opinions, your imagination, your condition, what you would do, right? So how you feel or what you would do, it's always interesting for me. Sham says, I feel happy when other drivers, I can relax, right? So Shams can, when other people are driving, Shams can feel relaxed not driving. So some people like driving and some people don't like driving. So of course, right? Yes, good, Samuel. I'm usually not scared. That's right. Good. Okay, let's now read the conversation, all right? You haven't seen the words, you haven't seen the sentences, so let's look at the conversation. Let's read it together, right? Reading time, here we go. Okay, it's right there. We gotta make it larger, of course. Of course. Here we go. Here is the conversation. Let's read it together. Joe says, watch out, there is a pedestrian. Sue says, I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long. Please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, let's do it again. We do it 3 times. We read it 3 times, as always. Watch out! There is a pedestrian. I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry. I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long. Please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, here we go. One more time. This is the 3rd time. Watch out! There is a pedestrian. I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long. Please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, good. Can you tell Roberto what backseat driver means? So Roberto, backseat driver is when the passenger is criticizing the driver, when the passenger is telling the driver how to drive. Okay, good. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to shadow the conversation. Okay, so we just finished reading it 3 times. Now we're going to shadow, that is speaking practice. We are going to be Joe. We are going to be Sue. We're going to be the conversation. Here we go. Let's shadow. I will not see the chat because I will be saying the sentences, right? So we're going to be shadowing. So let's say each sentence 3 times together. I can't see the chat, so I'm sorry. Here we go. Countdown 2, shadowing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch out! There is a pedestrian. Watch out, there is a pedestrian. Watch out, there is a pedestrian. I see him. I see him. I see him. Stop scaring me. Stop scaring me. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Don't be a backseat driver. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. I know, but I'm a good driver. I know, but I'm a good driver. I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? When will we get there? When will we get there? Not long, please relax. Not long, please relax. Not long, please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, I'll do my best. I see it now. I'll stop over there. I see it now. I'll stop over there. I see it now. I'll stop over there. Okay, good. All right, so that was shadowing. We said the sentences 3 times together. You are listening and speaking at the same time. Let's check off shadowing. Okay, as we always do, after shadowing, we look at the sentences one more time, just to make sure. Thank you, Lolly, for helping Roberto. Thank you. Yeah, Sleepwalker, everyone, thank you. We're here, we're helping each other. If you have a question, anybody, if you have a question, because I'm not always looking at the chat. I can't always see the chat. So, and it's good. When you explain something to someone, it helps you to remember better, right? So there are many strategies to remembering, right? Of course, taking notes is a good way to remember. Writing words in a notebook is a good way to remember. Saying the sentences over and over is a good way to remember. And explaining it to someone else is a great way to remember, right? So backseat driver, you know what it means, right? But if you tell someone what it means, if you explain to someone what it means, it helps you to remember better. So it's always helpful to help each other, right? You help yourself and you help other people at the same time, right? So by you helping someone, you are helping yourself. Okay, so let's look at the sentences again because we shadowed, right? So we always look at the sentences after we shadow. Okay, here we go. So Joe says, watch out, there is a pedestrian. Sue says, I see him. Stop scaring me. Don't be a backseat driver. Sorry, I get nervous when other people drive. And then Sue says, I know, but I'm a good driver. When will we get there? Not long, please relax. Okay, I'll do my best. All right, so that was Lolly's Revenge. Okay, great job, everybody. As always, you guys are the best. Mwah, kisses to you. You guys are always the best. Okay, so there we go. All right, everyone. We did it. You did it. All right. Oh, we got one more activity. It's in the chat. On top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. And you choose the best word. There's a choice of 4. Choose the best word. Here we go. On top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. You choose which word is best for the sentence. Let's have a look in the white box. Here we go. Okay. Are you ready for the quiz? Yeah? Okay. The sentence is, the on the table is for dinner. The on the table is for dinner. Choose the best word. Is it plating? Is it plated? Is it plate? Is it plates? Does the sentence go like this? The plating on the table is for dinner. The plated on the table is for dinner. The plate on the table is for dinner. The plates on the table is for dinner. Plating, plated, plate, plates. Choose the best word. Good luck. All right. And the answer is plate. Yeah. Because is singular, so you need the noun to be singular, right? So we have is, the be verb, and now the noun, which is plate, must be singular. They must match. The noun and verb must match. So is and plate matches. So the sentence is, the plate on the table is for dinner. Okay, good. Yeah, subject, verb, agreement. Exactly, Juan. Okay, great job, everyone. Well, we're just over 2 hours, better than before. Last week we were like 2.5 hours, but I was careful with the time. We did it, you did it. Great job, everyone. And oh, we have a question here. We have a question. Hold on, let me, Sleepwalker, let me check the Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so Sleepwalker has a question here. I admitted to making a mistake. I admitted making mistakes. Okay, I would use to for the same. I admitted to making mistakes. I admitted to making, wait. What? I admitted to making mistakes. I admitted making mistakes. Yeah, no, we need the to there. I admitted making mistakes. I'm not sure. It just sounds, to sounds, you need the to. Because admitted to. So I think the admitted to, they kind of go together. So I admitted to the robbery. I admitted to taking your sandwich. So they kind of, they're like, they go together. They collocate together. So usually, I think in there's always exceptions, right? It's always, but to be safe, to, okay, because they go together, admitted to. And that means you told the truth, right? I admitted I made a mistake. Yeah, that's good. I admitted I made mistakes. You can say that. That's good, Tomas. You could say that for sure. Yeah. So you wouldn't say, I admitted to, I made a mistake. That doesn't sound natural. But yeah, so maybe, you know, the ing, you need admitted to, where if you're just using, you know, the past tense, I admitted I made a mistake. I admitted I made mistakes. I admitted I made mistakes when I was young. Lolly, I admitted to having made a mistake. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, all those work. I admitted to making mistakes. I admitted I made mistakes. I admitted to having made a mistake. Yeah, those are all good sentences. Zara, thank you. Yeah, so I prefer to put the to there. I admitted making mistakes. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Google says I admitted making mistakes. Maybe either way is okay. And a lot of times, remember, there's like preference, you know, like when you're writing, there's also style, and there's times, it depends who you're talking to. Yeah, there's always exceptions. You know, it's always good using a dictionary, and you know, I'm always admitting I make mistakes. Yeah, so I guess maybe, you know, either way is okay. Maybe either way is okay. Yeah, sleepwalker. There's always, yeah, so it's really hard. Like, you just have to think. It's like when you're writing. So always, like, there's a reader, right? So who's reading your writing, right? So the purpose of speaking is someone's listening, right? You speak to your friend, you speak to your coworkers, right? And you're speaking and they're listening. When you're writing, someone's reading. So you write so someone reads, you speak so someone listens. And it depends who you're talking to, how you speak. And it depends who is reading, right? You're writing something, who is reading your writing, right? And so it all like depends on who is reading your writing. And so if it's something where you cannot make a mistake, check your dictionary for sure, or, you know, do a search, Google search, right? That's what I do, right? Like spell check and things like that. So if you're writing to your boss, or, you know, you're making an application, you're making a resume or school, and it has to be correct, you got to use a dictionary. You got maybe ask someone else to look at your writing. So you don't want to make a mistake in that situation, right? So you got to check your writing with a dictionary, with somebody, with you know, a grammar tool, you know, like on your computer. But if you're just doing an email to your friend, you know, that's different, right? Or you're writing to a group chat, you know, like you're writing and there's going to be, you know, a lot of people reading. Maybe you want to check the dictionary. So it really depends on who you are writing to. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I will be back on Friday 10 a.m. So I hope to see you then. And have a great week. Today's Tuesday. I'm in Japan. And I will be back here with you on Friday. Until then, have a great week. Be safe, smile, love and peace to you and your family. I have a Patreon page, right? We did those worksheets today. They are there on my Patreon. So if you support me on Patreon, you get all those worksheets. And also, if you join the channel, the green team, you push the join button, your name will be in green. You will help me and I will help you. I will see your name, it's in green, and we have a community. We help each other. It's great people here on the channel, in the chat. So help me so I can help you. I have books at Amazon.com. Everything's in the descriptions. If you want to Zoom with me, a 20-minute chat, we could set up an appointment. It's $20 and I will make time for you. And you could chat with me one time. If you want to do it every week, it's up to you. And yeah, so if you want to just practice your English with me, I can see you, I can hear you. You can do that. Everything's in the descriptions below the video. Check them out. Help me so I can help you. Support me so I can support you. Okay, until Friday, peace and love to you and your family. Smile, be healthy, stay safe, and yeah, have a great week. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miley. Thank you, Lolly. Thank you, Sleepwalker, Samuel, Tetsuro, Shams, Marcos. Thank you, buddy. There's Sleepwalker dancing. Good. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. I need to go to the bathroom. I have to use the restroom. I've been drinking coffee. I've been drinking water. And it's been over 2 hours. And it's time for me to go to the bathroom. Okay, good. Tetsuro, thank you, buddy. Lolly, love you. Mwah. Daima, thank you. Okay, here we go. We're counting down. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Love and peace to you and your family. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smile. I'll be back on Friday. Come to my channel every day. Okay, thanks so much. Bye. Thank you.